I'm going to start by taking us back to 2016 when we had the vision for our future project. And that was really an opportunity to hold focus groups to bring together the Indigenous street family, learn about who they are, what barriers they're experiencing. And in those conversations, time and time again, interactions with the police came up as a major barrier. And so as an organization, that became a focus for us. And we initiated a conversation with Dell and Vic PD at large and said, you know, what can we do to start overcoming these barriers? And I think in doing that work, we were in agreement that it really comes down to relationship building. We can't start at, you know, the level of policy. We really need to begin by recognizing the history, that there's been a lot of negative interactions and trauma in this relationship. And so we need to begin by undoing that together, by just getting to know each other on that personal level, breaking down that stigma through every interaction that we have. And so that's where we begin.
Yeah, so for the Gender-Based Violence Project, we held 5 different events, 2 safety days for Indigenous women and 2 S+ people that were meant to be a celebration of them and their identity, and 3 relationship building days with Vic PD. Yeah, so the first event was mini golf. This was a really impactful event for the women and the police officers because it was really our first opportunity to be able to bring people together in a team environment. We had both the women and the police partnered up together, where they had to undergo challenges, figure things out, and really collaborate on that teamwork, which is sort of the first time that they've been able to do that. Some feedback that we heard from the event was that it really brought people a lot more trust and close together. And they were also just able to laugh, which I think is the best medicine for them and to build those strong relationships. The second event was whale watching. This was a really peaceful event. I think it was just a good opportunity to bring everybody together, learn about the local knowledge, share traditional teachings with both the police and the women from Belinda Claxton, a local elder. Here it wasn't anything too strenuous, but I think just being able to enjoy nature, get to know the land, hear teachings together was meaningful for the women and for the police officers. It was definitely the event that people have asked about a follow-up the most from. I think people really enjoyed being able to have that opportunity, be out on the water, connect with the land, and just be with each other. The third day was my personal favorite. It was an opportunity to, again, be out on the land, enjoy traditional foods, and again, just laugh with each other. We were able to have a good blend of playing lahau, a traditional bone game, as well as enjoy interesting and traditional foods like sea urchin. Having the opportunity to be out there with the elders, enjoying the local food was amazing.
The Crab Fest was something new to me because it was my first time going on even having crab. And it was a good community event with the Vic PD because it was a beautiful day actually. Yeah, and I really enjoyed it because everybody got together and we had a good time.
The first Land-Based Safety Day we held out at Sax Point in Esquimalt. This was just a day to bring women together to really enjoy medicine. We had a brushing off ceremony with each of the women. Some tears were shed and a lot of things were reflected upon. We also made medicine pouches and medicine bags. This was just a good day to sort of really take that time for our wellness, start us off in a good way, and be together and reflect over some good food. The second Land-Based Safety Day was really focused on our physical wellness. So it was the end of summer, sort of a wrap-up event where we were able to go canoeing. This was a good opportunity for everybody to get out on the water, work together as a team, laugh. We had little mini races along the water. It was a lot of fun. Our final day for this project was a culminating gathering between ACEH, Vic PD, and Saanich PD officers, really mapping out the next 3 years for this project and ongoing. Here we were able to list priorities, actions that we'd like to move forward with, and share and reflect upon the past 3 years of this project.
Well, today right away was the mountains and the clouds, the scenery that I've seen, and seeing my sisters come along and all the elders, and with the nature of the birds and hearing the raven and the trees, and I was able to climb a tree, and now the sun's coming out, so that's what I truly love the most, is the whole atmosphere. I grew up with a Sacred Church family, so it's really heartwarming to me to hear the Shaker bells. And I do believe it'll help me on my journey. And with the artwork that I got started, it really helps me to want to start doing something for myself as to art. Well, it just felt good to have elders talking to me and their warm, kind words, and I felt at peace.
Well, the relationship between the Victoria Police now with many members of the Indigenous street family is immeasurable. It started from a grassroots, authentic connection, and we have built those relationships over time, and I think we're continuing to walk along that journey. You know, in speaking to our officers, they are inspired, and they actually are volunteering to come out. So we're not asking people to come out and forcing people to come out to these events, and I can see organically how it's grown. The impact and the ripple effect of a number of relationship building events that we have co-hosted with the coalition have just expanded to where more and more officers and staff actually are talking amongst themselves, and they're actually looking forward to the next event. So to me, I'm extremely grateful of the inclusive nature of our officers and staff, and the fact that they're willing to learn and grow, and also that then translates to providing a better, more culturally appropriate service that we provide to our community.
I think getting down to it is that continued solid partnership with the Aboriginal Coalition to End Homelessness. The Executive Director, Fran, it really is a driving force behind this initiative, along with Chief Manick and other members of the Victoria Police. And having that relationship and that solid groundwork that we have had. Within Vic PD, we're of course going to continue our learnings with trauma-informed practice, trauma-informed investigations. We will be looking at some cultural sensitivity and cultural safety training. But I think that one of the most important pieces is continuing with those quarterly events for sure. We have started a equity and diversity and inclusion committee within Vic PD with Vic PD staff, and working on a strategy for that, as well as an Indigenous engagement committee inside Vic PD. So lots of those, we're getting varied perspectives on how we address breaking down barriers internally and externally. So we're committed to ACH and the work that they're doing, and just very, very happy to be partnered there.
Yeah, I think from the voices of our women going back to the beginning in 2016, we know that in the interactions with police, they oftentimes reported feeling fear in those interactions, being viewed for their race rather than being an individual. And it's come out, I think, resoundingly through this project that relationship building is really the way to go. What I've appreciated about this project is we've put a lens on ourselves, and the Victoria Police Department has allowed that as well, to really do some knowledge gathering about the safety of our women in community and how over the course of this project we've been able to increase safety. And so I think that's an important part of the work, and what's always driven the Aboriginal Coalition is just listening to the voices of the Indigenous street family and following that direction.